This film reports the story of one city which faced up to its urban crisis. A city in which government, citizens, and planners working together are creating a city reborn. This is Fresno, California.
From Fresno, California, born and raised. Things that I know about Fresno, I know that everybody's trying to get out. Everybody don't want to be here. I don't know, it's just like, it's like there's so much talent here, but like not enough people are driven and not enough people are talking about things that matter. Like, it should not be about, you know, sex, money, and drugs all the time. Like, sometimes people need to hear about the hurt. Sometimes people need to hear about how you got through, and like, you know, like sometimes it's cool to put your heart on the track, you know. And I feel like a lot of people don't like do that now, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. My group and me are trying to do, be lights unto people's path. My art in one word is passion. I don't write anything that's not of worth. Everything that I put down on a piece of paper, or even if it's not my own words singing wise, I put myself in the position of whoever is listening or whoever it was written by, and just use whatever I've taken from life into my presentation, whether it's mine or the other person. I want to say, well, for sure it was through church, but there was one day where like I was doing my homework. And I didn't know what I was in like kindergarten. I didn't know what they wanted me to put down on the page, and I wasn't trying for it either. And I was sitting in my church, and my mom was at choir rehearsal, and they're singing, and I'm just like real focused on what they doing. So all over my paper, I wrote my high school, my kindergarten crush, his name all over it. I just said, I love Bobby, I love Bobby, I love Bobby, I love Bobby. And then I ran up there and joined the choir, and I've been singing since then. I kind of like use that too today, because like when I was in high school, I felt like I was like a turtle in a rabbit race. Like, the only classes I was ever good at had to be English and like probably English and math, just because math is just like, I don't know, it's kind of straightforward in a sense up until like trigonometry. But anyways, I was only good at English. I was good at writing and expressing myself, and like, you know, I'm not good at science, I'm not good at history, I'm not good at really any of those other different classes that they had. And so I just felt like, you know, when I was in high school, like I wasn't like in my lane. And now that I'm like outside of high school doing what I want to do, being creative, writing music, and like going to the studio, I feel like I'm like exceeding abundantly. Like, I don't know, music just has always been like it for me, if that makes sense. We were made in his image, then call us by our name.
The comet was grounded indefinitely.
The sun caresses my skin to match the warmth within, and her light reminds me of the windy breeze. What a day that the Lord has made, and made for me. Sunday morning easy, actually Sunday evening, you see.
The clock ticks.
Pizza is the pizza, yeah, for you and me.
When I was little, I used to like be really into SpongeBob, and I used to perfect my I guess the way I drew him. So like from there, I like got like to this day, I perfected my drawing of SpongeBob, and I went into like drawing other things after that. I don't draw much anymore, but like that was where it started. What turns me on creatively? Value, I guess you could say. I already said this, but like value and passion kind of like go hand in hand for me. Like, whatever you're passionate about, it has value because you're not the only one, and it could help somebody else, I guess you could say. Whatever you put down or whatever you put out should, I guess, manifest that, you know, it's something important to you at least. Well, there's like a whole bunch of people though. Tupac, I can name Chance the Rapper, Frank Ocean, Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill. I can go on a long list, but Tupac is like above all else. He was very passionate, whether it was in anger or in light. No matter what, he has character, and no matter what he like said, it was there was some type of value behind it. Even when he like, you know, was saying shooting at the cops, like, even though that may come to another person as like, oh, that's violent, like, why would you say that? But no, like, he was really trying to get you to understand, like, no, I'm saying, like, I can't do this in real life without getting in trouble, but like in my art expression, I'm gonna like say it to like release my anger, to like get across how I feel sometimes, you know? That's what I loved most about him, is just like how passionate he was. It's all about passion in me, I guess.
Please.
Hey, yo, you got your thing? Yeah, man, I'm strapped. Let's get in it.
I hear Brenda's got a baby, but Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame, the girl can hardly spell her name.
That's not our problem, that's up to Brenda's family.
Well, let me show you how it affects our whole community. Now, Brenda really never knew her moms, and her dad was a junkie putting death into his arms. It's sad, cause I bet Brenda doesn't even know. Just cause you're in the ghetto doesn't mean you can't grow. But
my favorite aspect of, I guess, the whole thing, like the whole hip-hop genre, has to be innovation. I like the fact that like things are never complacent. Like, not to like diss anybody else or like any other genre of music, but I do feel like, you know, other genres, there's just like this whole static thing going on. Like, it's very dynamic when it comes to hip-hop. Like, there's new things that come out every day. There's new ways to present it every day. I love it. I love the fact that like singing has even like taken a different route these days. Like, you can sing and talk all at once now. Like, I can be a poet and a singer when I want to, or I can just be a singer sometimes, or I can just be a poet sometimes. It's just like the whole, I guess, just how dynamic it is really is all it is for me. The art form that I would love to do would be to DJ. That's so clean to me. I think it's so tight how, like, I don't know, like, you get to like take a track and like do what you thought it should, or even if you like, you can love the track, worship the track, honor the track, but like you can do what you thought would have been tight for a certain part of the song and like make people feel it as well, or like do like maybe repeat a part so that it has more depth than it did the first time. Like, I don't know, that's always been clean to me. Plus, I think I would look really cute doing it, just sitting there turning a table. I don't know, it's so tight to me. I haven't made a project yet. I haven't made like a whole thing start to finish, just me, like a mixtape or like an EP. I would love to do that, but like, you know, I talk about other people, but like, you know, I know I have the talent. I'm just not as driven. I need to be more driven, and I'm a little lazy when it comes to it. But like, I would love to like have something that's just all me, and would just like kind of like just something that like, I don't know, like a story, because like that's what I feel like tracks are. Like, they're telling a story start to finish, whether it's like, you know, even though like it may not be sequential, I guess you could say, like it's more of just like, you know, they all tie together in some way. I would love to do that, and that's something I haven't done. But I'm praying that with God on my side, I can just I just want to reach more people. Like, you know, I want my biggest thing, I say this to a lot of the guys in my group, like, you know, you can hate me, you can, you know, I can be the rug underneath your feet, but if you can feel me, that's like big. Like, you know, like, I don't even care if you know my name, just feel me. Like, be able to feel me when I'm singing, be able to feel me when I'm saying my poetry, be able to feel me or where I'm coming from when I'm rapping, you know? Anything negative, anything positive, good or bad, just be able to feel me. And so, like, I just, like, I guess, like, in the next few years, I just hope that more people can feel me, like, more people I've touched in some way. Don't let nobody doubt you. Everybody says this, but I have a whole family of, like, I have a aunt as a doctor, and an uncle as a chef, and another aunt as a school teacher, and, you know, my mom's a singer like me, but she like decided to not pursue it. And my mom met Tupac, Suge Knight, she met Pam from Martin, she met all these great people, and she let, you know, some people stop her and didn't end up, you know, doing this, you know? And like, I know that if my mom could, she would take it back and be a singer. Like, I know she would, because that's all we do. We all just sing. And so, like, what I would tell somebody else is just, if somebody tries to tell you you need to have a plan B, that phrase is so misconstrued. I feel like what people need to understand about having a plan B, plan B should be your second way of getting to plan A. Plan A is the ultimate plan at the end of the day. If plan A does not work, plan B needs to be another angle. And so like I feel like people, like when people tell you that, just like, I don't know, I guess don't brush it off. Of course, you know, I have my doubts about, you know, being a singer, writer, rapper, thinking that I'm not gonna make it because it's a hard business. It's a hard lane to get to. But at the end of the day, if I have the passion, if I take God with me, I know that like even if I'm not Beyonce, I'm gonna be somebody at the end of the day because I am somebody right now. So like, I just don't believe that you should be doing anything that you don't love, period. If I could not see you know, when I was little, everybody thought, oh, you should be a pediatrician, you're great with babies. And I didn't figure out until my last year of high school, senior year, that I was like, nigga, I'm sorry, excuse my profanity. I'm not trying to be with babies all day. I'm trying to sing. I'll sing to them, like, you know? So like, it's just all about knowing your lane and sticking to it because, I don't know, passion is everything to me, so. And that's all, folks. Yeah.
Gefoltert.
Gehen wir hin und sprengen sie einfach in die Luft.
Auf den ersten Blick ein echtes Power-Quartett. Dabei geht es in Set It Off um 4 Frauen in...
My name is Snow and this is my Sweet 16. Now, here's a reason for those hating without one. Hate to break it to you ladies, but I'll never be outdone. Why? Because I'm covered by the Father and the Son. I tried to help my peers be unified, but I was ignored, hated, and pushed to the side. Like far aside, I ain't gonna tolerate no more of this passing me by. It's fine, I don't mind the act of being denied, cause I'ma go and get mine. I'm only here to edify and testify that I was not consumed by those long nights I cried, but now I gotta scat and get my underline, the jazz, the beat, the sound that moves your feet. Females out here posing naked think they got me beat. Lauren said it once, but baby, let me break it down again. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. You need to become your own best friend because these boys ain't God. They ain't gonna save you in the end. I'm out here working on me because one day I'm trying to be a booming and a booming and a booming in my Jeep.
Because of the continuing efforts of all these groups, and because of the support of the whole community, Fresno is well on its way to a new era of prosperity and better living. A city is reborn.